All right, people. So, welcome to our class. I hope everybody is okay. We are using a new app today, so it's also new to me. I'm learning how to use it. Hi, Kawani. Good afternoon. Good to see you. So, let me try to share a screen here with you. Yes. So, I'll try to show you guys our topic on Google Classroom. Let's see if it works. Can you see that? Oh, what happened? Mm, okay, so let me try again. Let me try to share one more time. All right. Can you see the screen, people? Yes? Yeah, just give me an okay because I can't hear you. So I'm showing the Google Meet screen where we have our topics for today. Okay, so since today is Monday, we are beginning a new week. I'd like to know if you did the homework from Unit 11 because last week we finished Unit 11. All right, people. Today we are going to start a new unit according to the plan here. We actually start the new unit already. Yeah, we are just going to continue. But let me ask you, have you done the homework? Did you have a chance to do the exercises? I know some of you don't have the book, but I posted some worksheets for you on the page here. So, did you have a chance to do the worksheets? Yes, Annalise. Okay, all right, good. What about you, Kawani? Did you have a chance to do the worksheets we posted last week?
Sorry, I don't have a chance to.
You didn't have a chance? Okay. All right. That's okay, Kawani, no problem. Try to do this week, okay? So you can catch up. So, Rebecca, if you didn't have a chance, just the same, all right? Try to update this week. Today, we are going to do Unit 12.1, page 137. We will start by that page and then 138. We are talking about, excuse me, the effects of population growth, okay? And we will see all the positive and negative points of population
Hi,
growth.
teacher. Good
Hi,
afternoon.
Shalina. Good afternoon. Good to see you. Welcome. So, to start on this topic, I'd like you to go straight on to the book, okay? So, open your books to page 137. So, let's go there. Just a second, okay, guys? I'm trying to open it again because it closed. Okay, no problem. Okay. So just tell me if you can see the page, right? Is it visible? Can you see it?
It's some smallish.
It's too small. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. No problem. So I'm just putting here back on the app. So I want to make sure everybody can see it. Hi, William. Good to see you. Super welcome. I'm happy to see you here. Hi, dear.
Hi,
Welcome.
teacher.
Hi. Good
Good
to see
afternoon.
you. Good
Good to see you
afternoon.
too.
Oh, that's so nice. So, William, we are doing today page 137. Okay. So, I will share the page with you and I'll make it bigger.
Okay.
So, okay, guys, can you visualize it now? Is it bigger?
Yes, I can.
Okay, great. So, as you can see, guys, this page talks about the effects of population growth, right? So, what do you think happens when there are too many people in the world, like really overcrowded? What do you think happens? So, here we have the question. Look at the infographics and photo. What do they tell you about the effects of population growth? So, let's take a look here. This is the infographic, okay? So what do they tell you about the effects of population growth? See if you understand what the graphic says. Here in gray or brown, you have human population, okay? And in orange, we have the number of extinctions, right? So here, we are talking about human population in billions. Okay, guys. And here, the extinctions is the number of species in thousands. Um, in the 1800s, we were a little bit more than, let's say, 4 billion people. Oh, not even that. 2 billion people. No, not even that. One, because here is the number of people. Okay. So we weren't even 2 billion. We were probably one. And then after 1860, 1890, after the Industrial Revolution, our populations started growing a lot, as you can see here. Okay. It was right after the Industrial Revolution. And then look what happened. Okay. We reached 2 billion around 1980. And then 4 billion, we doubled the population um, in a few years. Then 6 billion, and now we are almost 8 billion people. Okay, guys. And we are way past 2010. Now it's almost 2021. Okay. And look at the number of species that have been extinct during this period. Okay, here we have the number of extinctions. It was a little bit over probably 7,000, 6,000, and now we are reaching almost 60,000 species eliminated from the face of the earth. due to overpopulation. That's quite a lot, isn't it, people? That's quite a lot. So it has a direct impact. The growth, the population growth has a direct impact on animal extinction. Okay, people. So here we have the world's population is growing quickly. Population growth has many negative effects, such as, so let's see, the first one, extinction of species. Humans are causing the extinction of other animal species at rates 1,000 to 10,000 times faster than normal. There are several reasons for this. First, humans use many of the world's resources, land, water, etc. And this is true, guys. Let's just pause here. You can see that on TV. A lot of people are burning the forests in Brazil to create those pieces of land for grazing, for cattle. Yes, they are destroying the forests so they become fields for cattle. Do you know the meaning of cattle? I don't know if I can write here. I used to write on Zoom, but here I don't know how. Let me try to use the app here to write. Yeah. So let me write here. Cattle. We write like this. Double T. Okay, guys. Cattle. Okay. So let me hi, dear. Good afternoon. Hey, good to see you. Welcome. So who knows, guys, the meaning of cattle? Does anybody know? Hi, good to see you. Good afternoon. So who knows, guys, the meaning of the word cattle? Nobody. Nobody knows. Cattle, guys. Yes, cattle is the same as gado in Portuguese. Okay? Gado. Mm-hmm.
Nem sabia.
Yes. Okay. So if you have a farm and you raise cattle, it means that in your farm you have gado. Okay. So a cattle farm, we can have a cattle farm, uma fazenda de criação de gado. Okay. A cattle farm. So what is happening in Brazil? They are burning. Do you understand burning? Burning. They're burning the forests to create cattle farms. Okay, so let me show you some pictures. I will show you some shocking pictures about the burning, the wildfires, as they call it here in Brazil. They only show the wildfires in the Amazon, but it's all over Brazil. Let me see if I can have a picture to show you. Oh no, this site doesn't have a picture. I'm trying to find forest fire. Maybe. Let me try to get here. Oh yeah, this is much better. Let me show you this picture. Okay, I'm sharing now, guys, the result of a Google search that I just did on satellite pictures of forest fires in Brazil. These are very recent images where the satellite takes pictures of fire situations or wildfire or forest fires. Okay, guys. So here, this picture is quite shocking. So you have an idea of what's going on. Can you see this picture?
Yes.
So look at this,
Yes.
people. Yes, the spots in red are the images where the forest is on fire. So here we have a lot of places in the Amazon, okay? A lot of places here in the north, and some places here down in the south. So it's really, really bad. Okay, guys. I don't know when this picture was taken, and I don't know if the situation is worse, but this one here, it's even worse. Terrible. Yes, they have a map. They have a satellite that keeps an eye on forest fires, like around the clock, 24 hours. And sometimes the situation gets really, really bad. Imagine the animals living there. Do you think the animals can escape the fire? No, unfortunately not. Not all of them. Even with all the rescue teams we have and everything, they can't, unfortunately. So it's very, very bad. So why, guys, why do you think they're burning our forests? Why? Who? Who do you think is doing this? The landowners, the farmers, the people who have those lands. They want to transform these green areas into cattle farms, okay, so that they can put those animals there to graze, okay? So it's really sad, really. This is very, very sad. So this is what's happening, unfortunately. Okay, so back to our book. Here we have the situation, right?
Hi,
Humans.
teacher.
Hi, Pedro. Hello, dear. Good afternoon. So humans use many of the world's resources, like land, water, etc. Second, overpopulation increases climate change, and climate Climate change, sorry, causes loss of animal habitats. Yes, of course, such as rainforests. When animals don't have a place to live, they die. Second thing, loss of fresh water. There is not enough fresh water for all the people in the world. When the population grows, the shortage of water becomes worse. Number 3, increase in crime. If there are fewer resources, people sometimes fight for them. This causes crime to increase. If we can slow population growth, it will be easier to solve these problems and many others that are caused by overpopulation. Okay, guys. So here we have a picture. Freshwater stress. Okay, guys. Water withdrawal as percentage of total available. So here we have, this was back in 1995, and this is the prediction in the year 2025. Okay, so here in blue, it means less than 10%. This was in 1995, okay? Light blue from 20 to 10%, in orange or yellow, sorry, from 40 to 20%, and in orange, over 40%. Water withdrawal as percentage of total available. Now look at the picture in 2025. Look at this. Look at South America. Really bad. Here, as you can see, over 40%, guys, they are saying that here it's a very dry area, right, guys? So water withdrawal is the same as retirada, okay? So water withdrawal, retirada de água com relação à porcentagem do total de água disponível. So of course, guys, these areas here in orange, they are like the driest areas in the world. That's why they need more water. That's why it's orange. Yellow, it's dry as well. Okay, these are dry areas. So water withdrawal. Okay, guys, retirada. Now here, look how many yellow and orange areas we have in the world in 2025. Much more than here, look. Okay. In 1995, it was only this part here, okay, basically. Panama, Costa Rica, but now look, almost all of North America is depleting water. Check it out, okay? And here, look, all of Europe, between 40 to 20%, and all of Asia, basically. So the water is becoming a big issue. Thank God in South America, we have a lot of water available. That's why we are blue, okay? Because we have rivers and stuff. But now we are suffering hydraulic, we are suffering a very big crisis in terms of um, level of rivers because our rivers are dry and they're becoming drier and drier with time. Lack of rain is causing that. We know that because our electricity our power plants, they are having trouble generating power. And the price of the electricity bill is rising. We are paying more to have electricity at home. This is happening because of the drought that we are going through here in Brazil. A series of months without rain. So it's a big drought. So drought is the same as seca, right? So when you don't have rain, you have what we call drought. And then what happens to the rivers? They dry, they run dry, okay? And without water, no electricity. All right, people? So this is what's happening. Now, let's move on to activity here, number 5. So let's see. Read the article and answer the questions. Was your analysis of the infographics in exercise number 4 correct? Yes, pretty much, okay? What are 3 effects of population growth? Can you tell me? Here we have. Can you tell me? Go ahead.
The extinctions of species.
Species, okay.
Species. Loss of fresh water. And increase in crime.
Excellent.
Increase in crime.
Yes, that's it. Okay. These are the first ones that actually happen, right? As a result of population growth, okay? So thank you. What do you think people should do to help solve the problems described in the article? What do you think?
Control the number of people in the world. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, that's a good way out. Try to control the number of people. Okay. Yes.
Yes.
That's a good one.
We are a lot of people.
Yeah, there are too many people. Yeah, we are
Too many people,
overcrowded.
yes.
Yeah, it's true. We are very overcrowded.
7 billion.
Yeah, 7 plus, right?
Yes, yeah.
7 billion plus. Yeah, that's really a lot of people. So now, guys, I think I have this video here to show you about overpopulation, and then it will help us move on and do the next page. So let's take a look there. Let's see if it's still on. So let me try to share this link. So go from the beginning again. Okay, can everybody see the video page? Yes, guys. Is it visible? Can you see that?
Yes.
Okay, great, awesome. So just before we go on, let me just take a picture here of everybody participating. Okay. So we can go back to the video. So let's see that. If you have any problems with the audio, please let me know, okay? So let's see that.
Never before in history have there been so many people on Earth as right now. Our numbers have skyrocketed from 1 billion in 1800 to 2.3 billion in 1940, 3.7 billion in 1970, and 7.4 billion in 2016. The world population increased fourfold in the last century, so what can we expect for the next century? And what does population growth mean for our future? Will there be mass migration, overcrowded slums in megacities covering continents, diseases and pollution, chaos and violence over energy, water and food, and a human species focused only on sustaining itself? Will population growth destroy our way of life, or is this prophecy just ungrounded panic? In the 1960s, population growth reached an unprecedented rate, which led to apocalyptic prophecies. The poor would procreate endlessly and overrun the developed world. The legend of overpopulation was born. But it turns out high birth rates and the population explosion are not permanent features of some cultures or countries, but rather part of a four-step process the whole world is going through: the demographic transition. Most developed countries have already made the transition, while other countries are doing it right now. Let's go back to the 18th century, when the entire world, including Europe, was in the first stage of the demographic transition. By today's standards, Europe was worse off than a developing region, suffering from poor sanitation, poor diets, and poor medicine. A lot of people were born, but lots of them died just as fast, so the population hardly grew. Women had between 4 and 6 children, but only 2 of them would reach adulthood. Then the Industrial Revolution happened in the UK and brought the greatest change in human living conditions since the Agricultural Revolution. People went from being peasants to workers. Manufactured goods were mass-produced and became widely available. The sciences flourished and advanced transportation, communication, and medicine. The role of women in society shifted and created the conditions for their emancipation. Slowly, this economic progress not only formed a middle class, but also raised standards of living and healthcare for the poor working population. The second transition stage started. Better food supplies, hygiene, and medicine meant people stopped dying all the time, especially so at a very young age. The result was a population explosion, doubling the UK's population between 1750 and 1850. The main reason families used to have lots of children was that only a few of them were likely to survive. Now that had changed, so the third stage of the transition was set in motion, fewer babies were conceived, and population growth slowed down. Eventually, a balance emerged. Fewer people were dying and fewer children were born, so the death rate and birth rate became stable. Britain had reached the fourth stage of the demographic transition. This didn't only happen in the UK. More and more countries went through the 4 stages. First, many births and many deaths due to bad living conditions. Second, better living conditions leading to fewer deaths and a population explosion. Third, fewer deaths resulting in fewer births, and population growth came to an end. But if birth rates have dropped so much, why is the population still growing so fast? Well, the children born in the population explosion of the 70s and 80s are having kids themselves now, leading to a noticeable spike in overall population. But they are having far fewer children on average than their parents. The average today is 2.5. It was 5 40 years ago. So as this generation gets older and fertility declines further, the rate of population growth will keep on slowing. This is true for every country. In the West, we tend to overlook progress in other regions of the world, but actually most of the world's countries have made it to the fourth stage. Just look at Bangladesh. In 1971, the average woman had 7 kids, but 25% of them would die before the age of 5. In 2015, the mortality rate was down to 3.8%, and women had only 2.2 kids on average. This is the rule, not an exception. We're not special, we just had a head start. It took developed countries about 80 years to reduce fertility from more than 6 children to less than 3. Others are catching up fast. Malaysia and South Africa did it in only 34 years. Bangladesh took just 20. Iran managed it in 10 years. All these countries that are catching up didn't have to start from scratch, and the more support they get, the faster they catch up. This is why programs that help lower child mortality or help poor nations develop are so important. No matter what your motivation is, whether you dream of a world where all people live in freedom and wealth, or you just want fewer refugees coming to your country, the simple truth is that it's beneficial to you personally if people on the other side of the globe can live a good life. And we are getting there. The percentage of people living in extreme poverty has never been as low as today. So the future of global population growth is actually not an apocalyptic prophecy at all. It's a promise. Population growth will come to an end. The UN forecasts that the 12th billionth human will never be born at all. And as the development level of the world rises, the number of people with a higher education will increase tenfold. Countries who used to be in need will help advance development instead. More people is going to mean more people able to advance our species. This video was a collaboration with Max Rosa and Our World in Data, where he explores the progress of humanity through research and data visualization. Make sure to check it out. In 2016, we were able to make more and better content than ever before because of your support on patreon.com. Thank you so much, and we'll be back in the year 12,017.
All right. It's amazing, isn't it, guys? You see how many changes we've gone through because of overpopulation, right? Some of them were good, some of them were bad, but there is a way for us to counterbalance, right, and find a solution. Okay, so what could you understand in terms of good solutions for population growth? What are the good things about it now from the video? People were getting more educated. Did you see that? More people with more education will help their countries develop. So there will be fewer people in poverty. So they're lowering that number. So that is something positive, right? And the people, the countries that are underdeveloped, they're catching up slowly, but they are. Okay? So this is something now, this is something good now because they are diminishing the number of births. With education, fewer people are having a lot of children. They are having 2, maximum 3 children. And depending on the country, they're having only 1 or 2 maximum. So this is a tendency that is going on everywhere, not only in developed countries. And as it goes on, the whole population of the world will benefit because as families grow smaller, more people can improve and have a better career, have better education, and have more access to essential things like food, water. Okay, guys, so this is really good. That's something positive. Okay, so let's flip over to page 138. Are you there? Yes, can you see the page?
Teacher,
Yes.
could you send me the link of the video, please?
Oh, yeah, sure. Of course. Of
So
course.
I
Yes,
can watch
right
it.
after. Yeah, sure. Right after class, I'll post the video. Okay?
Okay.
No
Thanks.
problem. You're welcome. Can you see the page here? Page 138? Yes?
What page?
138. Yes, can you see that?
Yes.
All right. So now let me go back to the page again so you can have it full screen. So the first box here will call our attention to a structure that we use a lot when we talk about conditions and results. Okay, let's take a look there, guys. We use the zero conditional to talk about events and the results that always follow. We usually put the if clause before the result clause. So guys, let me explain something. If clause in Portuguese is the same as oração, okay? Clause. So if clause, oração que tem a partícula if, okay? So we put the if clause before the result clause. A oração do resultado, okay? With a comma after the if clause. Comma is the same as vírgula, okay? Comma. So when I put the if clause before the result clause, I separate them with a comma, okay? Let's see one example here. Look, if there are fewer resources, comma, people fight for them. Okay, so here in the first one, or in the if clause, we have the condition, and in the second clause, we have the result. Okay, condition, result. So here, this is how we form. All right, people, let me try to highlight this. Here, we use the particle if plus the subject and the simple present, okay? Because we are talking about a condition now, okay? So if there are fewer resources, what is the result? People fight. So the result clause here, we also use the simple present. So it's very easy because we use the simple present for both clauses, the if clause and the result, okay? So we can sometimes use the word when instead of if. Instead is the same as ao invés de. Okay,
Teacher,
people? Yes.
o simple present é o verbo tipo normal?
Its simple present is presente simples.
Ok,
Okay?
thank you.
É um tempo verbal no presente. Present
Ok.
simple or simple present. Ok?
Mas o verbo fica
Oh.
normal ou tem alguma mudança nele? Tipo, igual aquele que a gente botava ing, ed.
Não. Simple present. Simple present é o presente simples. Simple present. O presente simples a gente vai conjugar normalmente, no presente. The only change is when my subject is he, she, or it. Remember? The simple present is like this. For example, I I work. You work. He works. You have to add S to conjugate in the third person. He works. She works. It works. Now, we work. You work. They work. This is the simple present. Okay? So
Okay,
the
thank
simple present, you're welcome. The simple present, we conjugate normally like this, and it's the same for all the verbs, with one exception. The verb to be. The verb to be in the simple present, we conjugate like this. I am, you are, he is, she is, it is. We are, you are, they are. This is the simple present of the verb to be, okay? It's the exception. All the other verbs we conjugate normally, but we only change the third person singular. He, she, or it. Okay? I play, you play. He plays. She plays. It plays. We play, you play, they play. Okay? So all the verbs are the same. Okay?
Okay,
So this
thank
is
you.
what we use. You're welcome. So this is what we use to create what we call the zero conditional, right? So if plus subject plus simple present, okay? If I want to use the verb to be, it's the simple present of the verb to be. The second one, I'm going to use simple present again, okay? People fight. Now, we can sometimes use the word when instead of if with the same meaning. Meaning, guys, is the same as significado, okay? So the word when can replace, substitute the particle if, okay? So here, let me show you. Look, when the population grows, here, population is third person singular. So I have to put S. When the population grows, comma, the shortage of water becomes worse. Okay? So in both sentences, I'm using as a subject the third person singular. The population is equivalent to it. It grows. The shortage of water. The shortage of water is a falta de água. It's equivalent to it. Third person singular. So it becomes worse. Okay? I'm using when to substitute the word if, but the meaning is the same. I can say, if the population grows, the shortage of water becomes worse. Okay? If the population grows, the shortage of water becomes worse. Condition, result. All right? Now, people, let's see some examples. Let's do some exercises. Match the causes with the effects. Then write zero conditional sentences beginning with if or when, okay? So let's see here. We have to match first, okay? The numbers here and the letters. So let's see the first one. There are big storms. So here we have the conditions and here we have the results, okay? So let's suppose here we use the word if, for example. If there are big storms, what happens? Do you know the meaning of storms?
Yes.
Okay, it's when it rains a lot. A lot of rain, thunder. So if there are big storms, what
Letter
happens?
C, buildings get damaged and people get hurt.
Really?
I don't know. Sea levels rise. Letter D.
Can be, yeah, can be.
D.
Or, yes, can be C or D. I understand your point. Can be letter C or it can be letter D. Because big storms can damage buildings and people can get hurt. Okay, let's do number 2. Temperatures increase. So when temperatures increase, which one do you think is better here?
Letter A.
Many animals lose their habitat.
Oh my god.
Letra A.
Letter A can be. Or I think letter A is number 3.
Yes, yes.
When rainforests disappear, many animals lose their habitat. I think this one here is letter A.
Yeah, I agree.
Temperatures increase. When temperatures increase, I think it's letter D. Sea levels rise. Because when temperatures increase, it melts the ice caps.
Yeah, you're right.
It melts the ice caps. And so the sea levels in general, right? They rise. So now we have B and C.
Number 1, letter C.
Okay, number 1 is better. Letter C.
Yeah.
Number 4, B.
Animals lose their habitat, so they become extinct. Okay. Okay, now let's write the sentences. Okay. So the first one, we can start with if or when. Okay. So let's start with when. When there are big storms, comma, buildings get damaged, and people hurt. All right. Okay, guys, the first one. When there are big storms,
Okay.
buildings get damaged and people get hurt. Now, number 2, guys, you can do that. Come on.
With tá.
If or when?
Okay.
When
Okay.
temperatures increase, sea levels rise.
Okay. When temperatures increase,
increase.
comma,
Levels rise.
sea levels
Rise.
rise. Okay, great. Simple present, simple present. Number 3. Let's put if.
If rainforests disappear,
Mhm,
comma. Okay. Many animals lose their habitat.
mhm. If rainforests disappear, many animals lose their habitat. Okay, and number 4. If animals lose their habitat,
They become extinct.
they become
Ex-
extinct. So let's check the answers. All right, here we have the answers. When there are big storms, when or if buildings get damaged and people get hurt. Number 2, letter D, when temperatures increase, sea levels rise. Number 3, A, when rainforests disappear, many animals lose their habitat. Number 4, when animals lose their habitat, they become extinct. So everything correct. So now let's move on to number 8. Use the facts to complete the sentences with the zero conditional. Okay, which is the structure of if plus subject plus present simple and a result, present simple again. So plants need water and sunlight to grow. When they don't have water and sunlight, comma, they don't grow. Okay. Number 2, people who work to protect the environment are called environmentalists. So if you work to if you work to protect the environment, comma, you are called environmentalist. There you go. Okay, people. Next one. People need clean water to stay healthy. When people don't have clean water, comma, what happens? What happens when people don't have clean water?
They will not be healthy. Stay healthy. They will not stay
Sure,
healthy.
no. Present. They stay It's always present and present, okay? So when people, they stay
They trash é lixo, né? Ah, não. Ah, tá.
they stay
Unhealthy.
unhealthy. Yeah. Hey guys, so when people don't have clean water, they stay unhealthy. Okay, so present and present. Here, I can also say something in the negative if you want. When people don't have clean water, they don't stay healthy if you want. Okay, it's also possible, but we can use the word unhealthy. No problem. Yes, it already has the period here. Now, let's go to number 4. Bad storms cause damage to buildings. So, when there is a bad storm, comma, it simple present, it causes
Damage to buildings.
damage to buildings. It's always like this, guys. Condition, result, or cause and result. Okay. So the second sentence is usually the result of the first. Okay. So when there is a bad storm, it causes damage to buildings. Number 5, an increase in temperature causes sea levels to rise. So if there is an increase in temperature, what happens?
Sea levels rise.
Okay. All right. Perfect. If there is an increased temperature, comma, sea levels rise. Cause and effect, or cause and result. Number 6, environmentalists want people to drive electric cars. So if you are an environmentalist, comma,
People should drive electric
you
cars.
want,
You want to drive electric cars.
as you want people to drive electric cars. Because environmentalists in general want people to drive electric cars. Yes, of course, because they're clean, right? So if you are an environmentalist, you want people to drive electric cars, including yourself, of course, okay? But you want everybody to drive electric cars, okay? So see if you copied everything, guys. Take a picture or print screen. Okay, so let's see the answers. Yes, there you go. Oh, here it's only missing N. You're called an environmentalist. If people don't have clean water, they get sick or they can't stay healthy or they stay unhealthy. It's also possible, okay? These guys are other possibilities, okay? It damages buildings. If there is an increase in temperature, sea levels rise. If you are an environmentalist, you want people to drive electric cars. Okay, guys, so everything is correct. Only here we missed. You were called. Sorry, guys. Just a moment. Let me just disable here so I can fix. You were called an environmentalist. Okay, I just forgot the article. All right, people, but everything else is correct. Okay, guys. So here, it's just an idea for us to complete with our own opinion, okay? Our own words or our own ideas. So then we can share. Of course, guys, always remember, we should use the simple present, okay? So let's see the first one here. I'll try to do this quickly. I know we are almost running out of time. Let's do this one quickly. I'll help you out. Look at the picture. The guy is trying to fall asleep and he can't. So when I can't fall asleep, what do you usually do? Do you read a book? Do you watch TV? When it's difficult to sleep.
I play video games or I watch a series.
You play video games or you watch TV? Okay.
Yeah,
So
actually. Or I just stay
I watched it.
in the bed.
You stay in bed or so
Right.
any possibility. Yeah,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
remember that you have to use simple present, okay?
Present.
Whatever,
Okay.
yes, whatever you decide to use, we are talking about condition, result. So the result has to be in the simple present. Don't use future, don't use continuous, okay?
Okay.
So
Okay.
when I can't fall asleep, I watch TV or I read a book or I play video games, okay? Here, if I have a headache, I take a medicine. Hey guys, if I have a headache, I take a medicine. Don't know about you. Okay. Number 3, when it rains on the weekend, I
Stay home.
stay home, okay? Perfect, okay? As simple as that. If there is a problem with my computer, I
try to resolve.
try to solve it.
Solve it.
Yeah,
Okay.
I try to solve it.
So
If I'm angry at someone, angry is the same as com raiva ou chateado com alguém. If I'm angry at someone, I
apologize.
I apologize.
I apologize.
Yes, here, guys, pay attention. You are not talking about upset, which is more like chateado. You're talking about angry. Angry is stronger.
Yeah.
Angry is like com raiva. So I don't know if apologize is it's the best solution. I mean, the best solution, but the best reaction here. Because usually when we are angry, we have to slow down, think about it, let it go, and then you talk to the person. So usually when I'm angry at someone, I try to meditate, or I try to talk to the person. I apologize is okay too. Okay. You can put it that way if you want. I apologize, or I talk to the person, or I take some time away, and then after I try to talk. Okay. You can put like this, for example. I take some time to think before I talk. So I take some time to think before I talk. So I take some time to think means eu levo tempo para pensar. I take some time to think before I talk to the person. Okay. This is a possibility. Or simply I apologize and that's it. Okay. Okie dokie, people. So this is the end of page 138 and also the end of our lesson today. So let's go back to our page on Google Classroom and see what did we learn today. So let me share this with you. Can you see the page? Yes. So today, guys, we talked about the effects of population growth. All right. So here, for you to have more information about it, I posted a site that talks about overpopulation. There is also a picture, okay? There is a poster with some causes and consequences of population growth. And we also talked about the zero conditional. And we use that when we talk about a condition or a situation and its result. Okay? So we use the present simple, if plus subject plus present simple, and in the result, we also use the present simple. Okay? That's why we call it zero conditional. So here we have a chart to help you understand the zero conditional better, right? There are some more files here to give you more information, and there is a worksheet. Okay, I just posted one worksheet because it will be enough for you to practice. Okay, guys. The other files are for next class, okay, Wednesday. So you don't need to do the other ones. If you can, do online practice, unit 12.2. 12.1. Okay. So you can practice the topics we did today, okay, and also last class. Okie dokie, guys. So let me see if I saved the picture. Let me just take a look here before we go, guys. I know we have to go. Let me just try to save the picture of our attendance today. Just a second. Yes, I guess so. I guess I have everybody here. Let me just save that picture. Just a second, guys. I'm saving the picture before we leave, so I can be sure I have your attendance here. Okie dokie, guys. So everything perfect. Thank you very much for coming. I think this app is better than Zoom. The connection flows better. It works better as well. And I hope we can use this app from now on. The link is posted on the group description. Okay, guys. So if it's not on on the chat. It's there on the group description. Okay, so thank you very much, Rebecca.
Okay,
Bye-bye.
teacher. Bye bye.
Thank you, guys. Bye,
Bye.
Have
Mel.
a nice
Bye.
Bye,
week.
Julinha. Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye,
Bye.
everybody
See
else.
you next
Bye,
week.
Kawane.
Wednesday.
See you Wednesday. Don't forget.
Wednesday.
And if you need to replace, please do so. Okay, guys. Watch the
Okay.
videos from previous classes. Don't forget.
Okay.
Bye-bye, guys.
Bye.
Take
Bye.
care. Bye-bye, people. Thank you. Bye. See you next class. Take care.